So let's say things go south this year and the Niners don't win the Super Bowl and Elliott Shore-Parks is right that they were just a totally overrated contender. What's going to be the reason for that? Kyle Shanahan or whichever quarterback is under center when they come up short?
I mean, I would probably put it on Kyle, but I don't think it's leaning that way. And I'll tell you why. There's a lot that points to the quarterback taking the blame. First of all, I don't know if you've seen these lists from the NFL executives on their ranking each position group in the NFL, but so far they've worked through the defense. Right now, as it stands, they have Bosa as the number 1 edge rusher in the league. Hargrave is the number 5 interior defensive lineman. Warner is the number 1 linebacker. Then you move over to CBS Sports. They have CMC as the number 1 running back. PFF has Trent Williams as the number 1 offensive lineman. You look at their offensive weaponry, top 3 in the league, outside of quarterback, I would say. And in 2022, they had the number 1 defense. Not to mention, big publications like PFN and PFF have Kyle Shanahan as a top 5 coach. So who is going to take the blame?
Some people even think their offensive line is top 10. Like if you get real, right? Some people say that, like, hey, it's a good offensive line. Like, okay, if you say so, and that's another excuse they don't have.
Right?
Why haven't they won?
So who takes the blame if they don't win? Quarterback.
Right. And also,
and it should be Kyle.
Pivot, right? Like he can always be like, well, we can just get a new quarterback next year. We'll get Kirk Cousins next year.
Yep.
Okay. And Niner fans are like, okay, sounds great. No, I don't know. But it's Kyle. I don't understand how it could be the quarterback when Kyle picked all these guys. This is you. They're all an extension of you. This is what you want. You want guys who are cheap, right? You said you wanted a room. You said you wanted cheap. You got it. You love Brock Purdy, right? You love Trey Lance, right? You love Sam Darnold. You love all of them. You have 3 franchise quarterbacks, Kyle. Make it work. Stop using that as an excuse.
I think a lot of us would agree that Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't good enough to get it done. And Kyle Shanahan certainly agreed with that as well. But let's not forget that Kyle Shanahan drafted a guy that he felt would be better in Trey Lance. Mm-hmm. And Trey Lance isn't even starting on this team. Brock Purdy is, which presumably means that he thinks he has at least 2 quarterbacks better than Jimmy Garoppolo on this roster. So what's the excuse now if you don't win? That's the question.
I mean, people will make them. People will give it to him. And I don't understand why. Sure. I don't know. People really...
It's hard to win a Super Bowl. That's what you'll hear.
Love him and his dad. People in the media love him and his dad. It's really strange which coaches in sports have media following. Like, what the hell does the media really know about coaches? But they've adamant that Kyle and his dad are just the greatest, but like no one has anything really to say about George Seifert, who won 2 Super Bowls, well, actually won 5 Super Bowls, including what he did as an assistant.
Right.
I mean, there's really no one in the media that's like banging the table for Mike Holmgren, although to me, he was a better coach than both Mike and Kyle. Mike Holmgren, he developed Brett Favre. That was trumped anything freaking those guys did.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Brett Favre was essentially Trey Lance, right?
Yeah.
Written off, left for the dead.
Yep.
Picked up by the Falcons. Glanville made fun of Brett Favre. I mean, literally openly mocked him in front of the team.
Yes.
And he goes to Green Bay and had, I don't know, a hell of a career. 3-time MVP.
Here's what Mike Holmgren did to get Brett Favre on track. Ran him between the tackles. That's what he did.
It all comes full circle.
That's what he did with Steve Young too. It's the secret.
Yeah, it is. The Secret. Isn't that like a book or a series or something like that? I feel like it is.